Hey guys, welcome to the first crew. This is our first video. It's our 63rd war so far. I believe we're 57 and 5, 57 and 6, somewhere around there. I guess we're going against the Rotan bandits. Roatan bandits. Thought these guys were going to give us a little bit more trouble than they did. I mean, I was pretty sure we were going to win, but I didn't expect to crush them quite so bad. I mean, they just pretty much gave up. First attack here. Chief, he's pretty new to the clan. He's 8 years old. When he first got here, you know, he didn't know how to lure the CC. He didn't know how spells worked. He didn't know what order to drop troops in. You know, Giant's tank. All these other troops do whatever they do and have their own job, and that just wasn't clicking for him yet. But he's coming along. Still got to work on the speed a little. But he's getting the troops over there to the corner. He's learned that you got to spread them out, you know, get that damage out there on the field so you can bring those CC troops down. I remember still when he first started, he would drop a troop, drop a troop, drop a troop. Basically just feed his whole army to the base. You know, maybe get 2-3%. But he's getting there. A couple wars ago, he started bringing home 3 stars at a time, and now he's just fine-tuning his young clash skills and getting better and better. Now here he is, level 3 archers, bringing down max loons. You know, that's pretty big. Dropping those giants. He's got max loons in his clan castle, so he's getting in there trying to take that air defense out. Usually with little bases like this, you know, they don't really know how to defend them at all. And that air defense is, you know, way out in the middle of nowhere, not behind walls, certainly not centered next to the town hall, because, you know, as far as they're concerned, it's a garbage building. You know, they never upgrade them. But this one's kind of in there deep. So he shows some patience, waits for his giants to get in there and knock that thing down, and then he comes in with his clan castle. Still needs to work on how fast, kind of needs to work on which direction. You know, he kind of needed to come in from the right side of the base instead of letting them pretty much traverse half the map to get somewhere and do something effective. But, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Baby steps. At this point, nothing could even take those loons down, and it's just cleanup time. Yeah, he was a little bit worried about that, I remember. That's one thing, guys. I love those anchor buildings out there. It gives me something to anchor a troop to when I'm pulling the CC, but if you're not paying attention, you can time out and lose the raid. Here we got Andrew. He's one of our Town Hall 9s. He's actually the guy that got me started in this game. Way back when we had our first clan together. Anyway, we didn't really have that many Town Hall 9s in this war on the opposing side, so he volunteered to clean up the Town Hall 8s. Our minis weren't quite strong enough to take him down, and we kind of needed to focus on the top bases. We were really going for a perfect war. I kind of screwed that up on my second attack, 2-star. But it's standard stuff here. He's just bringing the CC over to the corner. Got lucky enough to grab a skeleton trap while he was at it. And lately we've been trying out some different ways to take out this clan castle instead of bringing our own kill squad, seeing what poison spells do, figuring out what combinations of poison spells can bring down a dragon. Because ever since the advent of poison spells, people pretty much just about gave up putting Tier 1 and Tier 2 troops in their clan castle on defense because the poison spell is just going to take them all out. So pretty much all we ever run into is dragons these days. You know, and the thing is, it's not any better. It's super easy to lure, and dragons are nothing to take out. Here he comes in with the Augs. Just a nice, easy, lazy Asian wall. There's really not much that can be done to him in this base. I mean, there's no double giant bomb possibilities. You know, he's a little slow on his heels sometimes, like right now, but this was over before he even hit the attack button. Not really fair to the Town Hall 8, but, you know, what are you going to do? Barbarian King kind of chasing his hogs down. They're moseying around from defense to defense. And that Barbarian King, as long as he locks onto a troop, he can walk anywhere he wants. He doesn't have a set radius that he has to stick to, as long as he's locked on. Now, once that troop gets killed by him or a random defense or a bomb or trap or whatever, he'll return back to his radius and kind of chill out and do his Barbarian King thing. As you can see, it's pretty much over. Hogg's just going in for the final kill. Pretty much walked all the way around the core, demolished the base, and coming in to get the icing on the cake. And that's it. Next up, we got Ding Dang. That's Andrew's Mini, coming in here to knock out this Town Hall 7, using the good old-fashioned guaranteed 3 lightning on an air defense, deploy your dragons technique. Now guys, when you do this, you drop those 3 lightning spells. Make sure you got them centered on the air defense. There's a more technical way to deploy the lightning spells, but you kind of got to memorize exactly where you got to drop them. You got to zoom way into the base and try and hit the little grid squares, and really, as long as you center them, it's going to be good enough. Your lightning spells are going to take out all the way up to a level 6 air defense, which is max Town Hall 8 air defense. Another thing, once you do take it out, don't get lazy and just dump all your dragons in one spot. I mean, those have got to be the worst clashers. They only know one attack, and that's just drop all the dragons in one spot and pray with their fingers crossed. It never works. So even when you're taking out Town Hall 7s with this guaranteed strategy, you still need to make sure you funnel them into the middle. And that's another 3. Next up, my Mini, Wireline Jr. He doesn't have dragons and probably never will. Just, he kind of spends his time chilling out at the bottom, taking out the bottom few bases, cleaning up after Chief. Every now and then he gets a chance to loot a higher base, but he kind of fills his niche. As you can see, I'm not really getting DPS on the field fast enough. I should have dropped those archers a lot faster. Those loons are kind of having their way with me. And then just same old, go in there after that air defense. Once it's down, drop the loons. You can see I'm already deploying them. By the time they would ever get in range of that air defense, it's already going to be dead. And it's already over. Over before it even begun. And this is kind of how our wars start out, wrecking the bottom while we scout the top. You know, just having fun, playing around before it actually gets serious. Nice little vacation. All the things we wish we'd have known when we first started. Having access to high-level troops helps, but it's not necessary. Back with our first clan, we went 27-1 before we kind of split up. We were just, I don't know, kind of getting bored with the whole mass dragon every base. We were just dinging Town Hall 8, and it was starting to not work. You know, we were struggling to try and figure out new methods. Hogs didn't seem viable. They seemed expensive at the time. We didn't really know how to use them. You know, Go Wipe, it seemed expensive and we didn't really know how to use that. And it seemed just as hit or miss as dragons. And at that point, I was thinking about giving up on the game. It just seemed like it was more of a pain than it was going to be worth. So we kind of disbanded the clan, went around, hopped around, and ended up in a pretty serious war clan that kind of brought me to the next level. Showed me how to use kill squads, use hogs, use golems, you know, and watching them attack with their higher level Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 10s, it looked like absolute chaos to begin with. You know, it's so much going on, so many different spells, so many different troops. And after a while, not only did you get used to seeing that kind of stuff, but since I was only Town Hall 8 in the clan, and I'd be lucky to even be matched up against a Town Hall 8 in war, I really had to step up my game. So that meant doing a good job against Town Hall 9s that I was matched up with, and for sure 3-star in the Town Hall 8s. Otherwise, it was just embarrassing. And I did good. I mean, I really had to do my research and step my game up and practice. And I really amazed myself with just how much better you can actually get at the game in such a small amount of time. Alright, here's Andrew's second attack. His second half of his vacation war, fighting Town Hall 8s. Fighting the fight for the cause. Looks like he's probing for giant bombs there. He managed to pick up a skeleton trap, and then he's bringing him to the top. Luckily, whoever this guy is was nice enough to leave an anchor building. Now you can see here, Andrew, when he deploys his kill squad, or his clan castle, I mean, when you have witchers in your clan castle, you want to drop a few tanking units like barbs to distract the CC troops, and then drop your clan castle. Witches come out, start dropping skeletons. The clan castle troops are going to lock onto your skeletons, and then you drop the wizards on each side, the flanking wizards. You know, he dropped his clan castle and wizards pretty much at the same time, and now there really isn't an established tank for those wizards, so they can easily get targeted by those clan castle troops. Now, it worked out here, but it does not usually work out. Here he is just basically walking through the base. I mean, there isn't much that can hurt him. Giant bomb already deployed up there in the northeast, so yeah, I mean, he's not going to encounter a double giant bomb. This clan just didn't seem to have the, I guess, the tactical fortitude to try and deploy something as, oh, I don't know, technical as a DGB. Seems to me that should be standard equipment in every single base that has access to 2 or more giant bombs. And heading into the core just to finish it off. So many troops left, looks like they multiplied while they were attacking. Another 3 on the board. Alright, my mini second attack. Or no, this is my main. Alright, now look up here. In those rectangles, I expected there to be Teslas, you know, to try and kind of thwart a CC pull, but I guess he wasn't smart enough to do that. So my hogs went ahead straight to the sweeper, took it out, pulled the clan castle. Easy peasy. Everything's already bunched up. Double poison. It's not quite enough to be able to take out a dragon, but in another video, I mean in another attack, I'm not going to show because it was a pretty fail attack, but I dropped a level 2 poison spell and a level 4 poison spell, and that was enough to kill the dragon. So, bringing him to the bottom. And guys, when you got to bring these slow troops all the way clear across the map, you know, don't Don't start worrying about the time. Don't start panicking. Don't start dropping troops. Wait until you got him where you want him, take him out, and then just smoothly deploy the rest of your troops. So once this guy's down, we can start heading in with our tanks. Southern Teaser base, they're one of the dumbest layouts in Clash of Clans. I mean, it's obvious where everything is. It's always in the same spot. You can attack this base from the top, the bottom, the side, the other side, underneath, wherever you want to attack it. It's pretty much going to take it down. You almost can't mess it up. Drop your kill squad and your golems. They're eventually going to path along the double giant bombs and take them out. And it doesn't really matter if they die or not, because their only job is to take out the Archer Queen and trigger the double giant bombs. That's it. Hogs are kind of the star of this show. And there they go, just basically tearing the base apart. I mean, there's nothing that can stop them. They're standing in heels for the remaining defenses, and then it's just all over but the crying. Golemites walking around freely. Yeah, and just don't use the Southern Teaser, guys. I mean, you're literally leaving the front door open to your base. There's nothing smart about it, nothing tactical about it. You're not tricking anybody. You're not, on another level that everybody else isn't on. It's just stupid. If you're going to leave your base open like that, then just pile all the walls up in the corner, and just, better yet, just don't even play the game. And here we go. Here's another Southern Teaser, basically the same repeat. Looks like Tristan thought that the Teslas were over there too, and they weren't. This is cut and dried, just a weaker version of their #1 base. Now, when he had the Clan Castle troops bunched up there, he didn't use that opportunity to drop poison spells on them, so now he's got to not only lure them down to the south without an anchor building, but he's also going to have to try and rebunch them up so he can make those poison spells effective against all the troops. Guys, when I talk about anchor buildings, people like to leave buildings out in the corners, and any building that's far away from all the defenses where you can attack it without getting attacked by a defense is an anchor building. They put them out there because they think it's going to cause you to time out because you weren't paying attention, but really all it does is cause you a disadvantage from a defensive position, because now as soon as they pull the CC, they can just sit there and lure to their heart's content, drag those troops wherever they want them, and without worrying about having to drop multiple troops. They're just going to sit there and wait for the troops to come to them. So there we go, just like last time, triggering the bombs, dropping hogs in to soften the defenses. Whenever you see defenses that are occupied by a golem or one of your royals, don't be afraid to drop 2 or 3 hogs in there to kind of soften the area up. I mean, they're basically, taking down defenses for free, and if they eventually get killed or trigger a spring trap, it's going to be worth the trade-off, because you're gonna let your kill squad and all those guys last longer. By the time your hogs path ahead of them and take out the rest of the defenses, they're going to be left cleaning up the base, so it's going to be mostly cleaned up by the time you finish taking out the defenses. And even though hog raids generally are over pretty fast, when you add elements like, jump spells and golem kill squads to try and take out Archer Queens, and, trying to find new and different ways to lure a clan castle, it can really eat into the time. You're trying to spread golems out to get into an Archer Queen that's stuffed all the way into the core, and by the time you get to her, you're already halfway out of time, and you're deploying hogs like a madman, dropping heals, trying to pay attention to triggering your hero's abilities. And sometimes something as small as letting an Archer Queen die with an untriggered ability is the difference between no stars and 3 stars. It's that simple, or that complicated, however you want to look at it. Here's Tristan in here rocking their #3. Here's a basically a small example of an Archer Queen kill squad. I mean, she was, I'm not going to say outboard, but even though he had her in the core, the way he had his walls laid out with no compartmentalization really to speak of, he didn't need a jump spell or anything. I mean, it's just a matter of dropping a funnel, waiting for her to jump the wall. By then, his troops are going to be in there to, take her down, and then it's just drop hogs. And there was only 2 places that he could even have, what would even resemble a double giant bomb. But since the Teslas were there, it's not the same thing. I mean, 2 giant bombs close to each other isn't always a double giant bomb. Guys, you've got to have the pathing set up in such a way that when your troops cross that double giant bomb, they trigger them both at the same time. And if they're not doing that, you need to rework your base. I mean, you need to figure out a way to incorporate some resource buildings in there in between defenses to force the hogs to walk around into a path straight into the giant bombs. Otherwise, they can be healed through. You trigger bombs one at a time. It's not a double giant bomb. It doesn't matter how close you have them together. You kind of got to have your base set up so that double giant bomb can do its thing. It's just having them next to each other isn't enough. And this base is a good example. I mean, you certainly don't want to have a giant bomb and then a defense and then another giant bomb. Just because the corners of them are touching, whatever's there, it's not going to trigger both of them at once. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.